Hey guys, Cyclemania here. I'm doing an update video on my 1-gallon Reef vase. Got a bunch of things I gotta address in this video, so I'm gonna try to rip through everything so I can get everything basically talked about. One quick thing, I'll just go over my updates that I've done on the vase so far. Biggest update was adding a fan on the system. I basically got this for about 14 bucks at Freddy's. It's an oscillating, well, it doesn't oscillate, but I can choose where the fan goes. I basically put it on here because I was having just a couple issues with overheating this week. Not too bad, 83.4 degrees, but I wanted to address it since I have livestock in here and invertebrates. Basically, I just hooked the fan up on a timer, or basically hooked it onto the timer with the lights, so it only kicks on with the lights. I did one other thing too. I went ahead and added a 50-watt heater in there. I had one in the garage. I just hadn't got around to it. No, I need to do that during winter time. Had some issues on last water change out. Unfortunately, I just now figured it out. I think it was Wayward Wind, number 12, wants to know how to use a hydrometer in a vase like this, or basically just how to use it anyway. Well, after he told me that, I dug mine out. I got a refractometer. I just haven't brought it home this week, and I tested my water that I get at my local fish store that gets made for us. It's about $1.25 for a gallon of salt water, and I tested it, and it's running at 1.014, which is not good. I'm not too happy with what I saw just a minute ago. I basically have faith in my local fish store and don't even question testing my water. So basically what happened last week was I changed out a gallon of water. Everything looked really good. I don't know if you guys seen the video from last week, but corals were all nicely fully extended. Everybody was doing great. Well, I changed the water out, and then I woke up in the morning, and I don't know if you guys remember, but there used to be a pulsating xenia here. There used to be a pulsating xenia there. There used to be a banded coral shrimp in there. And there used to be a xenia over here. And the ones in the glass are the only ones that survived barely. Well, when I woke up the next morning, my shrimp was dead, and all my xenias were basically melted over. My green star polyps are just now getting to the point where they're almost extended to where they were. And basically everything else looked okay. The fish did survive. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I knew that my water level was good, so I knew my salinity was good. I checked the temperature. It was fine. The only thing I could think of is, okay, maybe it got too cold. But this thing's been set up for 2 months, no problems. No issues with the overheating or anything. So I just now basically figured out what the problem was, and my salinity was off from buying this water that was pre-made. So I highly recommend you guys testing your water. I should have done that, but I trust my local fish store, and unfortunately it was off. And with a system like this, I'm doing 100% water change out, so there's no acclimation time. It's instant. So I'm really frustrated right now with that. I lost a lot of coral from that, and I lost a $15 banded coral shrimp. That was pretty cool. So I'm going to be contacting the owner of that store and see what he wants to do about that. But let's get into this. Let me go read his name again. It is Wayward Wind number 12. We had some messages back and forth. So basically what I do when I change my water out is I'll get my water that's already mixed up, which is right here, salt water. I'll put it in the same amount of pitchers that I need that'll fill up that vase, and I do one pitcher at a time. So right now we got one in here. I'm heating up, and let's see what the temp is. I just use a cooking thermometer. They're pretty accurate, but let's see what we're at right now. I ain't going to be doing a water change out on this video since I got 3 more videos I got to make tonight. But let's see. So we're 176.4, not quite 78 degrees, but I'll go ahead and show you how to use your hydrometer. Best way for me to do it is you don't ever test water inside a vase. There's no way you can get one of these hydrometers or inside a vase like that. Basically, you test your salinity one time, and that'd be the first time you ever set up your vase. So right now, we're going to go ahead and test it. And basically, what you're going to want to do is rinse this thing out really good with RO water or the water that you're going to be testing. I've already done that. So basically what you want to do is you want to slowly lower this in until you can see that it's starting to fill up inside. So you can see that it's starting to overflow inside. Water level starting to rise. We're all the way to the top. You can go ahead and pull it out now. Best thing to do is tap on it, because sometimes these little needles right here will get air bubbles on it and it'll make it lighter than it needs to be. So you'll tap, 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 get all the air bubbles off, and as you can see, we are 1.015, which is off what it's supposed to be. This is the bad water. I'm going to need to add some salt to that. So, windward, after you do this, I want you to basically get your water perfect, and I want you to fill your vase up to where you like it. Make sure that you get 100% of the water out. And when you fill your vase up, I want you to come in here and make a line with a marker. And this is going to be your water line. You're always going to want your water to be right there. So throughout the week, your water is going to evaporate. And you're going to want to top this off with RO water. And all you got to do is make sure that you bring that water up to that line with RO water. So no matter what, you know the salinity is going to be good in there, and you'll never have to test this. If you got enough money, buy a refractometer. They're real nice. You can just dip them in and basically look through this little little telescope thing, and you'll be able to read the salinity that way. So yeah, that's the way I do it. That's the best way for anybody to do it. Let's go ahead and talk to Phoenix Jody Ra, or Jody from Arizona. I've been messaging you, me and you, back and forth. You sound like you know your stuff and that you're willing to do one of these. She actually came up with the idea of using a drink dispenser. This is a great idea. I've never even heard of someone doing this. But basically, it's a drink dispenser. It's probably about a gallon or so, 2 gallons. It's got a half-inch water spout that comes out of it, which is a sweet idea. I never even thought about using one of those. She wants to know how to hook up a canister filter to one. Honestly, I wouldn't go with a canister filter, but I'll show you how to do that, which is real easy. But what would be even cooler would be hooking up a refugium that basically your tank would drain out of this hole into a little mini refugium tank that you could have in your windowsill, basically growing macroalgae. Oh, excuse me, still getting over a cold. But let's get into that real quick. So if it's a half-inch fitting right now, I'm not sure if that means that it's a PVC half-inch fitting or if it's a half-inch hole. There's one or two ways that you can do this. If it is a PVC hole, what I would do, Phoenix, is basically I would take this little barb fitting. This is a PVC fitting, and basically you could replace that, or if it is a half-inch threaded hole, you could thread in something like this, and your intake, basically your sucking thing that sucks the water into your canister filter, could be hooked up to this hose. So you'd have to figure out the right size hose. Basically what I would do is I would take your drink dispenser to Lowe's or Home Depot, tell them what you want to do, say, hey, this is here's a hose off of a fluval canister. I want to get this to 1/2 inch. They'll show you how to do it. But basically what I would do is I'd either use the fittings that are there if possible. If not, I would replace it with a 1/2 inch bulkhead. You can get those at your local fish stores. It's basically a threaded nipple that goes through with a gasket and a nut on one side. And basically what you could do is you can thread in a coupling that's slipped to thread. So one side of the coupling is threaded, one side slipped. You could thread that on there and then glue your hose in there or figure out what size barb you need. And basically on the inside, what I would do is I would run a 90 of 1/2 inch pipe, and I would come up and basically put a screen over it, make sure that that no fish or anything are going to get in there. But you're basically going to run that 90 out to the middle of the vase, and then run it to wherever you want your water level to be. So height-wise, you need it to be right there. You would do that if you're going to do the refugium. If not, I would just run this out, basically figure out a way to protect the pipe so no inverts or coral or your fish are getting sucked into that. And then what I would do is I'd run a hose up to the top, which would pour water into it. That'd be your best way. If you got any more questions on that, go ahead and send me a message and I'll be able to answer your questions on that. But one other thing that I did do on the vase was I did add these brackets to this, which I think turned out really good. So if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and send me a message. I hope this helped. Main thing I was worried about was Jody's question. I would do a refugium if that's possible. If you need to know how to do that, just message me. But yeah, biggest thing, take it to Lowe's or Home Depot or a True Value, and those guys can really help you figure out what you want to do and try to get them to make it look aesthetically pleasing. That's the hardest thing. Mod people don't know how to do that. So just take your time and you'll figure out something. And good luck with your wiring. I know that's not very easy, but have fun labeling all that stuff. Anyways, guys, that's all I got to talk about on this video. I'm going to try and tackle my salinity problem right now, and hopefully I don't lose any more corals to that issue again in the future. So I got about 3 more videos I got to make tonight on the hot tub and in cichlid breeding. So I'm going to go ahead and get off this video. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for all the subscriptions and all the comments. Take care, guys.